Hey guys, welcome back to another 5 minute market update. Really interesting price action at the moment on BTC, and that's caused a bit of a cascade of capitulations across the board in altcoins, which is great because it's giving us the pullbacks that we've been waiting for to potentially get into positions for the next move higher. Good signs at the moment is even though BTC has had a bit of a pullback from the range highs down to the range lows, the stock market is actually looking pretty nice still at the moment. And that sort of gives me a little bit of an inclination that this is just a throwback to wash out late longs in the crypto industry. And if the stock market continues to move higher and we do get a breakout above this 4,180 level, I would expect that this is actually just a throwback to stop out late longs that sort of had their positions, stop losses and liquidation points sitting below this level here, and also potentially below these levels here. Now we're putting a nice little swing failure pattern of this level here, and basically just came back and hit a daily level from back here. This nice daily close came back and bounced off that. Now we just had the 1 hour close, which was a really nice pin bar, which sort of does give us a bit of an entry trigger on that one for a swing back up. Now, if you were going to trade the SFP, the take profit target would be about this level here, 22,872, right? So that doesn't give us, the entire swing high that we want to see. Now, yesterday I made a video and I was talking about needing to break out above this monthly resistance level at 23,300. And unfortunately, as I made that video, pretty much in the next 1 hour candle, we had this big rejection right here. And since then, the market has sort of rolled back over and come down to range lows. Now, the big question at the moment is, will we end up sweeping these wicks down here, or are we going to have a larger capitulation? And if that does happen, the target for me is around this 21K level. I'll just show you quickly on the weekly why that is. Right, because that's the top of this weekly swing high before the sell-off for FTX. So it's a really nice, what you would call order block in there on the weekly time frame, right? And so basically, I would really like to see price come back, retest that level, and then go on from there, because it would be a really good reload level, in my opinion, for the next move higher, and would build quite a nice base. But we might not get to see prices come all the way back down there. So we need to be prepared. So what I'm looking for at the moment is a really strong candle close on the 4 hours, something like what it's actually looking like right here at the moment, as a nice pin bar. And then the next 4 hour candle to close is something like this, at least 50% of the way down of the previous red down candle, right? And that will give us a morning star reversal. And then the next thing that I'd be watching for would be a break of this downtrend through here on the 4 hour from these key major points. And then for confluence, I just want to add the EMA 12 and EMA 21, right? When the 4 hour blue line is below the 4 hour yellow line, right? So the 12 is below the 21, basically that's sort of giving us an indication the market momentum is shifted to the downside, right? This is a lagging indicator, obviously, and isn't going to give you the very top or the very bottom, but it is a good little indicator for confluence that the market could be moving in the other direction. And, it's completely non-subjective, right? So if we get the crossover back to the upside, right, this does build a base here, nice 4 hour morning star, something like this. And we do start to push up, break out through this level, we get the crossover of the moving averages, right? That can be a really strong indication that, we're in the trade at the right time. We want to keep holding on to our trade until, we get down and break these new lows, or we get another cross back over, like we did here, indicating a bit of a warning that the market momentum is shifting back to the downside, right? So that can help us to get in before the breakout level, for example, because the really clear level to get out from, to get into a trade, I should say, for the upside would be the breakout of the range high of the buying climax back here, which is also the monthly resistance. There's a weekly order block through there as well. So there's three really key important levels. And now we also have this reversal candlestick as well, which will act as another layer of resistance, because there'll be people who are caught in there that will be wanting to take profit, or basically take a break even if price does come back there. So that will act as a bit of resistance as well. So breaking above all these levels here sort of opens us up to give that run up to 25K, potentially up to 30K. Now, the dream entry for me would be a sweep of the rest of these range lows, right? So this comes up, rolls over one more time. We get a really nice out 4-hour divergence or something like that through here. Has come down lower, so we're not going to get it on this candle anymore, but we could get it if we get one more, right? Get the 4-hour divergence, sweeps all the entire wicks of all this range lows, right? Does something like this, and then goes, and then we get that breakout, the 4-hour 2112 crossover, and then the breakout of the monthly resistance level. So all those are the main three things I'm watching for to give me signals that the Bitcoin and the momentum in the market is switching back to the upside again. And then, of course, the other option as well is if this whole range ends up just being distribution and we break down, I'll be looking to buy this weekly order block down here around 2,900 to 2,100 to 21K. Right now, that's given us a lot of really interesting things to look at the moment with altcoins. Had a couple of big pullbacks, AGIX. This obviously has had a very large pullback, about 34%. So probably we will get some sort of a bounce soon. Need to see if that ends up being like a rising wedge type setup and then just rolls over. So it's a complacency type look, or if it's going to set up in, say, an ascending triangle and do something like this. And then, that's potential to get on another trade for the next move higher. It's had 2 strong pushes so far. The market usually likes to move in 3s. So I'll be watching that one and a few of the other AI coins as well for a potential set up for the next move higher. So I want to see a really strong, nice bull flag for those to be in on. Ones that haven't turned out so well are Doge, breaking of this channel support. So I want to see that get reclaimed before I think about entering that. Solana as well. Breakdown of the key level after a bearish retest looks terrible to me. That might need to go lower, and then SFP these levels at 2021, and then a reclaim of that. So something like this before I'd be confident again, or if the whole market gets bullish, I could get in again on a reclaim of this diagonal trend line. And then obviously there's a breakout trade above 26, but that's getting into it pretty late. Mana sort of holding on still to this trend line through here of the channel, right? So that potentially, if the market does swing high, could give us a position. Magic is one that's been outperforming massively on upswings, but it has had a big pullback at the moment, and is sort of holding its previous last swing high. Looking interesting there. Link sort of breaking down, channel support not looking too great at the moment. Would have to see more development on that before any ideas. Gala not looking that great at the moment as well. It might pull back a little bit further. I'll be watching for breakout of this downtrend potentially for the next entry trigger. LDO doesn't care and it's still up 7% for the day anyway, so keep your eyes on that one. We had the head and shoulders failure pattern here, right? And it's broken out above that, retested the right shoulder and bounced off it quite aggressively. So that's one of my favorite setups. I didn't get this one actually, probably should have, but wasn't really keeping my eyes on it that much. But this is definitely one to watch because it's up when the entire market is down. And so is Move. So both of those probably want to continue to push higher, considering they're both pushing quite aggressively while the rest of the market is pulling back. So you always want to look for the outperformers on the way down because they will usually outperform when the market swings back in the other direction. Illuvium is on a key level now as well. I mean, this key level could also be a little bit lower around here as well, but I want to see a range reclaim of the lows here before getting too excited about taking an entry on that. But waiting for further structure, the setup. LTC is just continuing to outperform as well. So that's also one that I want to be looking to get into in any clear entries and setups if Bitcoin especially does have that larger pullback down to this 21K level. All right, so hopefully that gives you everything you need to know, guys. If you did get some value out of this video, please give us a like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for tuning in.